Good afternoon and welcome to Rubens Nest. We're here today on a lovely Friday in California. It's hot as I don't know what. Don't know where you are, but we've been baking for quite a few weeks. Well, anyway, we're here today with the question of the day. I hope that you've seen some of our previous interviews. If you haven't, please take a look at those. They're good information. So today we have Chuck. He's going to answer the question for us, so thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to get right into it. So, the question of the day is on full figured. When you hear the word full figured, what does that mean to you?
Full figure to me means just that, what the word implies, full, voluptuous, curvy. If I think of people as just, an average person is just a regular frame, a full figured woman is stuffed in the average frame, or stuffed in, an average box.
Okay.
Stuffed completely.
Stuffed completely in full. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so then full figured.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a type? Do you have a figure or whatever? In women, what is full figured? Anyone in the media? Your experiences, personal friendships, relationships, all that good stuff.
I guess I don't really truly have a type. A full figured woman. I do like hips and bottoms, so I tend to gravitate that way more than anything. Mm-hmm. Some of the people in the media. I can't think of her name. Oprah's friend Gail. Mm-hmm. She's one, and Michaela Pereira is another one. News people. I can't think of anybody else. Maybe Loretta Devine, but I don't know if. I don't actually consider her full figure. I think she's kind of normal.
Okay.
So, but she would be that
in that range.
Bottom range, yeah.
Okay, got you. So we got a taste of not necessarily a type, but you do like specific things in women. Okay, and you kind of gave me already. One of my questions was who was full figured in the media. Mm-hmm. We talked about type. Now, does size matter? Because you said there's really no type, but just I guess the shape is what matters, not the size.
Well, yes, size, in that regard, size does matter. In general, size does not matter to me. In the woman, I just, every woman has beauty, in some form or fashion that I am attracted to. And it's not just always full-figured women. I tend to really get excited about full-figured women. But I don't think there's a particular size or shape. Like I said, shapely, I kind of start at the waist and go down before I even think about everything else. Yeah.
Okay.
Hips and legs.
Okay. You got hips and legs, man. You got breast man. You got all kind of men.
Yes, hips and legs.
So, what was your first? Is it safe to say that you've had full-figured women in your life then?
Oh,
and
yeah,
if so, what was
absolutely.
your first experience or introduction to maybe someone with these hips and these thighs and legs and all that other good stuff?
My first experience.
What spiked that interest, or you thought, I think I like that?
I'm not sure if I think it does. This experience I've had does or did have an influence on me. But when I was a young boy, probably younger than 10, maybe around 7 or 8, I got a chance, or I shouldn't say a chance, but I was...
or by chance?
Yeah, by chance. I was playing around and at a family friend's house, and we were, not we, but I was playing, and she was more or less babysitting, and she was doing some housework, and me playing on the floor with my cars and whatever.
As little boys do.
Yes, as little boys do. She kind of walked past me, and or I kind of passed her, and was able to see up under her dress.
Wow. Okay.
So then I took a second look.
Yes, I did snort. That was funny.
So something there may have been that trigger, or I won't say trigger, but obviously there was something that was look again.
Yes.
Kind of thing. So,
okay.
If I have to, honestly, I haven't given it much thought. I mean, I think about all these incidents that have happened to me through life. So my experiences with, full-figured women, or whether they've been women I've dated or been involved with, friends or what have you. To me, it's kind of obvious that they've shaped my opinion.
Yeah.
But from my point of view, it doesn't seem that way.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But
it just so happens they're full-figured, but
you're
thinking that formative memory has kind of shaped your relationships, friendships throughout.
Yeah, and with that one, with that experience, then it, in a sense, escalated.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm really looking. My head is on the swivel. Looking, every chance I get. I'm trying to see, some woman. So.
Okay. Well, I think you've answered all the questions. You've given us where it began and where it is kind of now, and where it is full-figured, and really doesn't, I guess, it matters, but it doesn't matter, because you said it's almost that it's just there. It's kind of there on the brain, and it just happens to be that. That kind of sum that up, kind of, sort of, right?
Kind of, sort of. I would just go further and say that, we all like some things. We like a certain type of anything.
Yes.
I like blue, you like red, whatever the case may be. We all like something.
Yes.
So, that's just my choice. My friends, their choices are different.
True.
So.
Okay. Well, I thank you for being here and answering the question.
Sure, no problem.
So, I want to go ahead and have our camera person, Sylvia.
Hi, the voice behind the camera.
Yeah, she has a few questions.
I have a question for you. Okay. So, society tends to influence a lot of the choices that we make, whether we realize it or not, through media, what we see, what we hear, our friends, the voices in our heads.
Mm-hmm.
So oftentimes, a lot of what we think is our decision, it's really something that's been sort of, I want to say, we've been infused
brainwashed.
Yeah, that's a better word, brainwashed. Okay. So you have no type in, really per se.
Mm-hmm.
You just like women.
Yes.
Okay, and I love what you said about women having a lot of beauty, that we all have something that's beautiful.
Yes.
So, question.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, a lot of times, are influenced by their buddies and their pals. And if you're walking down the street with one of your buddies, or at a restaurant, whatever
mm-hmm.
guys do,
mm-hmm.
And you saw a very lush, full-figured woman walk in, and by lush, I mean truly full-figured, the whole package, all right? Yeah, top, bottom, the whole 9 yards, it's very lush, and you found her beautiful and attractive. Would you say, wow, she's hot, to your friend, because I know guys do that, they see women,
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or would you feel perhaps a little hesitant to be that open to let your buddies know, yeah, I prefer the fuller figure, versus, say, another woman who may walk in and their eyes, because they prefer our thinner sisters.
Right. Well, I'm going to answer that question, and straight off, yes. To cut to the chase, yes. But there are.
Yes, you would.
Yes, I would make a comment.
Okay.
But I'm also the type of person, personally, that I'm not worried about my friends and what they think
Good.
about, whoever I'm attracted to. I mean, what does it matter, in my opinion? What does it matter to you who I'm attracted to? Long as I'm just not really attracted to you as far as I'm concerned. But that other woman may walk in, and I may say the same thing. Like I said, it's not about, I can't even honestly say one would be, the plus size woman would be more attractive than the other woman, even if they were, twins in the face, same face. I can't say that honestly that one would be more attractive than the other. I just see beauty as an individual thing. Every woman, every person has their own beauty.
They do.
And I love that. I think that is, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Mm-hmm.
We've been saying that for a lot of years.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's absolutely true. And I wish that there were more people, men or women, who truly lived that and did not allow what society has claimed as, what is beautiful, or what they dictate to be.
True.
What is beautiful.
And if I might add to that, society, you can't let society dictate the way you think about things. Have your own mind is what I say. Now, will you think differently than the majority of the people? Oftentimes you probably will, but that's okay, because you have the right to think that way, and there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, unless it's, not even an unless. I mean, just depends on your frame of mind and where you come from, what your experiences have been. So, I kind of like you wish more people would just be open with what you like, and stop picking the cookie cutter stuff, right? She has to be this size, and this. People are people.
Exactly.
I like the person. If one of my things is, I look at somebody as if I were blind. I wouldn't know what you look like anyway.
True.
That's an excellent analogy. I
So
love that.
I have to make
Absolutely.
I have to decide whether I like you or not based on what I hear, and what I hear comes from between your ears.
Right.
Exactly.
And not an analogy, but observation. It's actually more of an observation than an analogy, but it's excellent. It's an excellent point. I like that.
It is.
We'll have to use that.
We will.
There's one other thing that I just wanted to say. You said Loretta Devine was more normal, I think, or average. Is that the word you used?
Yeah, I said normal, but I meant probably the average sized woman.
And would you be shocked and surprised if I told you that Loretta Devine probably wears maybe, I would have to say, maybe a size 14, 16. And according to today's standards, that's plus size.
I know, that is plus size according to today's standards, according to what society says.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Again, that cookie cutter society.
That's not plus size to me.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear you say that. Yeah. It isn't plus size to me either.
Yeah,
I've never thought of it as a plus size, but that's what, the fashion world, but the fashion world also thinks, if you're bigger than the size 2, that's way too big. But
one question comes up, or one person in particular comes up, and she did well in fashion is Anna, what is Anna's name? White lady. She killed herself.
Oh, just most recently, right?
No.
oh no! It's
Anna Nicole. Is that her name?
yeah, yes,
Anna
yes,
Nicole.
yes.
She did not wear a size 10.
No, she didn't. But then also people didn't view her as really plus size either. They just thought of her as lush, a lush of body. which from, you know, our perspective, when we talk about full-figured women, the term that we like to use is Rubenesque,
Yes.
which is where the name of Rubens Nest comes from. And that's because in the Middle Ages, when we had the many famous painters, Paul Rubens, and, you know, and the sculptors, their women were always so full
More rounded.
and rounded,
Okay,
Yes.
got
you
it.
That's
know,
where Rubenesque-
and very Rubenesque.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and that was beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, and in, you know, of course, to us, it's beautiful as well.
It is.
So it's very nice when we invite men on and to ask. You know, we've asked these questions: what attracts you to those of us who have fuller bodies? And we hear comments, well, you know, it's the beauty within, it doesn't really matter, but I do have a preference for it. You know, it warms our hearts. So I thank you very much.
Well, you're quite welcome.
Tamia, thank you as always. Another great interview.
Yes, thank you. So we're going to go ahead and tie the bow, end it up,
That is up in the
and come back again. And you can always catch us on YouTube at Rubens Nest, on Facebook, also Rubens Nest. And please come back, send comments. You want to do an interview, send us an email, or we're even on Instagram at Rubens Nest also. So see you soon. Thank you.